you just had a round of interviews. Congratulations. You still have one more shot to prove that you are the right candidate for the role. This is how you stand apart from the crowd. Send the perfect follow-up thank you email. But first, doesn't everyone follow up? I have interviewed hundreds of candidates over my 17+ year career, and I can tell you that less than 1% actually sent a follow-up thank you email. I even had a recruiting leader on my podcast who had this to say.
And this used to be so common back in the day and a part of an interview etiquette, but we don't see it much anymore. And that's a thank you email. That really does stand out.
So when must you follow up? I would suggest the same evening as the day of your interviews. Sometimes your interviews may be split among multiple days, in which case I would follow up the evening of every day that you had an interview. And I would send this thank you email to every person who interviewed you. That's right, a personalized email for every interviewer. This will help you stand apart. But don't worry, once you write your first one, you will just need to make minor tweaks for the other ones. So I've seen people suggesting to find the person's email on LinkedIn or another site and then email them directly. This may come off intrusive. So I suggest writing the email and sending it to the recruiter to forward it along to your interviewer. If they have shared their email address with you, then feel free to email them directly. Let's jump in on how to write this email. Start with a thank you. Hi interviewer, make sure you write their name in here. Thank you so much for taking the time to interview me. It was a pleasure speaking with you and learning more about the company and the position. Notice my subject line. I didn't say thank you for the interview. I said follow up to our interviews. Hopefully this prompts them to open the email. I also put my name in the subject so they know which interview this is in regards to. Now you want to add the personal touch. See if you can call out anything specific that stood out for you about the company or the position. For example, as a fellow video game player, I really appreciate that your company truly cares about its players and considers them when making every decision. Then I would add why you are the right person for the role. Very briefly, I am confident that my skills and experience align well with the requirements for this role. Drawing from my experience leading large product teams in my past, I am certain that I can hit the ground running and make a positive impact. Wait, how did that get in there? But yeah, if you're finding value in this video so far, I would really appreciate a like. It will help support the channel. For the next part of the email, can you provide any more context to something that came up in the interview that further showcases your skills? This is what I had written in my past. During your conversation, I mentioned using Monte Carlo simulation to accurately forecast the end dates of large projects that I had run. That's a true story, by the way. Since you expressed interest, I'm providing the spreadsheet that I used and supporting links. I hope you find this information helpful. Make yourself available for questions. Please feel free to reach out if you have any follow-up questions. End with some excitement. I really hope that we get a chance to work together. Or if you don't want that much excitement, you can say, I hope we get a chance to work together. Put a call to action for the HR and the hiring manager, not the full panel. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you again for your time. Add a PS. Anything fun or memorable that stuck out during the interviews? You mentioned that you really like the Batman Arkham games. I'm a huge fan too. Attached is one of my Batman sketches inspired by Jim Lee's art. I hope you enjoy it. The postscript is optional, but it will create a lasting impression and make it easier for them to remember you. Feel free to screenshot this template before I share one more thing to help you out. Pretty soon you'll be negotiating your salary, but the best way to negotiate is to have competing job offers. But you may ask, Niraj, it was hard enough to get interviews in this tough job market. How can I get more? For that, check out this video next. I wish you the very best. You got this.